Say have fun in your podcast.
For your podcast.
Say I love you.
I love you.
Hey, thank you. Welcome to another episode of the Negro Rockin' Podcast. I am one half of the I-70 Connect. This is 30 Pieces of Silver. The KC Stork is the other half. He's not here with us, but again, we have two returning co-hosts. My brother, Bryan Ortega, or Bryan, and then my long oldest friend, best friend, brother, Carlos. What's up, Carlos?
What's going on, fam? What's happening, bro?
What's up on this one?
What's shaking, man?
Nothing much, man. I knew that you wanted to get back on so we could discuss other things, less serious topics, more serious topics. Just kind of do like a current events. So what's on your mind, dog? What's on your mind?
Current events?
Whatever's on your mind. You mentioned McGregor in the pregame. What's up?
Football, man. I'm in the football mode right now, man.
What about football?
The NFL, the Rams going 16-0.
Frank doesn't watch football. He's a Colin Kaepernick.
I'm a Colin Kaepernick.
Kaepernick?
Nah, I didn't mean it like that. Hey, damn, you gotta be careful what you say.
No, you're all right. Hey, this is a judge-free zone. I mean,
nah, I'm just saying I'm a supporter too, but I still like watching football. I'm not gonna stop watching football.
Yeah,
I started to watch way more football the last 3 years than I did the previous 3 because of Rick. Straight up, got me back into football, man.
Yeah.
That golden era, man. Oh man.
But wait, we talking about college or you talking about NFL? Because I still watch college.
I gave up on college, bro. I started watching football again, college football again, 3 years ago when Rick came. I gave up on the golden era. The last 2 or 3 years golden, I was like,
yeah. Mark Rick, bro. You guys got a good coach right there, though. He's so good. But anyhow, yeah. So I don't watch NFL. I mean, I never really had a team. I never really jive like that. Really, towards the end of my NFL watching, really was because of like the football fantasy leagues that we were in. You know, just kind of keep track of the players, making sure. And I didn't have the NFL plan or ticket or whatever, so I was only watching whatever was televised. I wasn't gonna go and pay for other games and shit. So, and even then, I still paid attention to what was going on, just so that I knew what players to have to start or to sit. Kind of look at the trends. But for me, like NFL was. I know I stand with Kaepernick or Neo into Kaepernick or whatever, but at the same time,
you agree with him?
Yeah, I agree with him. I do. I mean,
he signed you. This shit is a business, bro. You're there to play football, not to make a stand on political shit. You
so
signed,
then why play the national anthem at a sporting event?
Then you got me with that one.
You're not representing the country.
But he wasn't going at the military, bro. He was going at the police.
Right, exactly. But people
got it twisted. People started thinking he doesn't fuck with the U.S. at all.
People got it twisted, yeah. So he's only doing it. He's protesting the injustices. He's not protesting the actual anthem. Like he's just protesting. Like he's like, yo, what about this? One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. But yet you have injustices happening to people of color, mainly black people. and he has a platform, a voice, and he's like, "Yo, this is how I'm gonna go. This is how I'm gonna protest." They don't have to put the camera on him. You know that, right? There's people there's players that are still taking a knee for something. They're standing for what they believe, and they don't have to show them. They don't have to televise the national anthem on TV. First of all, I don't agree with playing the national anthem, period. Because when we go to soccer games, we play a Canadian team, then we listen to the Canadian anthem and then the national anthem. Like, what? Makes no sense. They're not representing their countries. They're representing the league.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just
think he should have known, bro. He should have known. You're there to play football, man, and win games.
No, right? Yeah, you're there you play football, but at the same time, he had a platform, dog, and it wasn't. They weren't listening. And until you
at
get
the end of the day, though,
go ahead.
It shouldn't. That's not the right platform to do it.
So what is the right platform then?
Off the football field. Because
why is that?
Why didn't they do this shit in high school or in college?
Because the police shootings and all that shit wasn't as crazy as it is supposedly right now.
I mean, it was, but I mean, it
always was. It always was, to tell you the truth.
But they don't have. I mean, you're asking a 25-year-old to do something as a teenager.
All right. So yeah, don't do that shit in the NFL. I mean, obviously that's not the right card. You don't play the card right there.
So what is the card?
You know the card is to.
Bro, I know what you're saying. He signed up for something, bro. He signed up. He was a 49er to play football.
No, they cut him.
That's what I'm saying. He got drafted and they signed him, all that shit. They developed him.
But he was
there to play football, man.
Right, he's there to play football, but football is what you do. It's not who you are. And if you,
oh my God, that's the problem right there.
But why is that a problem? And he knew what he was doing. I mean, he kept kneeling, and he knew that there was a risk for it. And I guess now he's being blackballed by the league, and they try to weaponize it, saying that it's against the Patriots and the troops and all that stuff. When in reality, most people.
My thing is, why I don't like that he chose to attack the national anthem, because technically it's the people, or it's not, what the fuck that song got to do with anything though? Like,
what do you mean?
That's just like a tradition, just like.
But it is a tradition, but the lyrics to the song, it's supposed to be about freedom and all that
for everything,
and
for everybody.
Yeah,
indivisible and liberty and justice for all.
Crazy shit going on. Pero he should have.
Man, that shit's fake as fuck. That shit's just like.
So you saying shut up and play?
That shit's just like faith. It's the same thing, bro.
So you're saying shut up and play?
I don't know, bro. Yeah, basically, even with this Le'Veon Bell shit, bro. I don't give a fuck about your contract, bro. You signed up. You're the running back. You signed that contract. You know, running backs have short shelf life.
For real, though.
All right, so he's capitalizing on it.
Anyways, but yeah,
bro, all these motherfuckers know they know what they signed up for, bro. If you're a running back, you know running backs last 4 years max.
I respect Kaepernick's
the good ones go on to last 5 to 7.
I respect Kaepernick's intentions, but I don't like the aftermath has ruined the league.
You can't take your protest to your job, bro. That's what I'm saying. You can't, bro.
Yeah, you don't do that at the job. We're not allowed to speak religion or none of that shit, like politics, none of it.
Okay.
It is in the contract.
He was famous. People knew who he was. He could have protested in other forms.
Right.
He did that shit on game.
And he has.
The starting quarterback starting
now.
No, he was doing it as a 49ers towards that last year of his contract.
Yeah, man.
He was doing it too, but at the same time,
you want
him to put on a face off the field and put on another face on the field.
The thing is, I'm not looking for any. I watch sports for the
entertainment.
I'm not there to watch.
So why
get a lesson
we,
from somebody. I'm not trying to learn nothing from you.
Why are we playing the national anthem?
That's a good. Bueno,
He needs to take them to court or some shit though.
He already
Bono,
has.
they fly military jets over games,
Yeah.
over ball
And
games,
why? And why do they do that?
Hey, look,
they always
bro.
give it up to the
I
military,
think the
bro.
fact that Frank even asked that question is strange. Because what do you mean? This is to pay respect for all the bloodshed, dog, to get us to this point.
But
No,
it has nothing to do with sports. But it has nothing to do with what's going on the football field.
You ain't have a problem when
That's
they pay respect to
a
9/11.
reminder to them niggas like, yo, man, good looking out. What you doing?
It became
It
a
was a shout
thing
out to
after
you.
9/11 though.
It became fake.
No, it became a thing after 9/11.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. You're right.
Well, shit, I think it was around more. It was around before.
No,
then.
you only played it. They only play the national anthem on championship games, or like playoff, like divisional games, like the LDS or the World Series.
Yeah, it was a major events, major
Yeah.
events. Now it's every single little game.
Every fucking game. They now they're making them come out there. They don't even have the option of staying in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? So, but so I mean, even that, like, you know, I would even argue, like, why even have it if you didn't have the national anthem, right, played, then he wouldn't be protesting it there.
Yeah, no, it all makes sense.
So, do you agree? So what does the national anthem? Okay, I agree. You pledge allegiance. The pledge allegiance in school, this and that, but.
Okay, no, that's pretty much what's going on here. He's going against the NFL then.
No, yeah, he's going against the NFL, right?
And the big issue at hand.
Right. He's using the platform that he has, that the NFL has provided, to go against, like, yo, you guys understand that this national anthem, it means something to a lot of people, but it doesn't mean that
he's rebelling.
Bueno, listen. If he made that decision,
he's rebelling
to protest at his job, risking everything.
That's rebelling.
Yeah.
If you got to give it up to them, bro. That's an honorable thing to do. Then
he knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing. You got to respect him.
That's some Malcolm X type shit.
You knew what he was doing.
You know that famous picture of the Olympics, the two holding up the thing.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
Kaepernick's image of kneeling is going to go down like one of those images.
And the thing about it is that the NFL tried to get ahead of it and try to be like, oh, well, it's about the troops. The NFL made it about the troops. See, Colin Kaepernick never made it about the troops. Because
he did not. He was just about the cops.
Yeah, the injustices, not even about the cops, but just the injustices that were occurring. Like, are we just gonna sit here and let this shit happen day in, day out? I mean, we always ask ourselves, if we could do something, why not? You even said it when we talked before. You know, your family was able to allow me to come in, open the doors for me, and why not, right? But I'm here like thankful and being humble and all that stuff, and you're like, nah, it's like the right thing to do, though. You know, if we could help, we could do it at any point, and that's something that he saw. Like, yo, like his family was adopted. He's adopted by like white families, so he has white family members and black family members, right? And so he realized, like, yo, like the injustices that are occurring, though, like, no one else is doing. You don't see Tom Brady saying anything. You don't see Aaron Rodgers saying anything. You don't see any other quarterback, because every quarterback could have come out and said, you imagine if Tom Brady comes out and says, like, hey, man, this is wrong, this and that. He's not going to do that because, A, he's not going to mess up his money. And B, it's not a subject that touches him at the heart.
It looks like it appears that Kaepernick was one of the realest motherfuckers to come through the NFL, then, bro. Because he risked it all, man.
Right, he risked it all, and
he went to the Super Bowl. He was a starting quarterback at the Super Bowl.
And then even then, like other players that were, and you remember, like Jerry Jones, he took a knee. They all took a knee, and to protest the NFL again. But then they were like, oh no, this is costing us money, supposedly revenues or whatnot. But then the NFL started, trying to get in front of it. But you can't, once you let the cat out of the bag, you can't put that shit back in, though. You know, it's either one of these things. Like either you stop playing these national anthems and go about your business, or you embrace the fact that look at the NBA. We don't talk about the NBA because the NBA allows its players the freedom to do that, whether they want to come in or stay out
The
in the locker
NBA is a
room and
lot more
protest.
progressive than the NFL and
Exactly,
MLB. You know,
exactly. So again, we're here talking about
the NBA is
the
100
Why do
Miami
you
percent
Heat.
think?
The Miami
Why
Heat
do you think
after
that is? That's a coincidence, or you think it's because of reason?
because
because
Never mind.
the
Never
because
mind.
players
the
have a lot of power. It's just like in MLB. The
pero
players
también
have a lot of power.
the commissioner, the new commissioner for basketball, he's with all that, bro. He's whatever the players want to do for the league. I'm with it. He's
And
a
they
players guy.
they know their audiences too. Let's face it.
Yeah,
The audience of the NFL, it's mostly, if you ever look, even if you go to a predominantly black area, the majority of the fans are white.
I don't know about all that, bro. I don't know. The NFL's big, bro. The NFL's super
That
mega popular.
right, the NFL is big, and as big as it is, you would think they'll be like, yo, let's be progressive about it. Like, let's recognize that these are
But
injustices.
basketball is majority African American, black people.
It's around the same percentage, bro.
Not necessarily.
I, I would have to look at the numbers to look at it, but yeah, the demographics of your audience plays a major role in it. And look, let's not even leave it at Kaepernick. Change is not gonna happen until average.
One major difference is NBA season is like 80 games,
Yeah,
Right.
and the NFL 16 games.
right. And then NFL contracts aren't guaranteed neither. So I
Now I'm
mean,
saying that's the thing that, like, I had a few, I'm not racist, but yeah, a few white people, they were like, nah, I don't. This guy the other day was, I don't watch basketball. I'm not a basketball guy. It takes too long. 80 games. Like,
yeah, there's something
but
to
yeah,
there's something to that too. I mean, there is. I mean, just their demographics, the audience. I mean, that's like saying, NASCAR. Why isn't NASCAR as popular as it is? And I'm like, well, you talk to somebody that watches NASCAR, they're like, yo, it's popular. It's just you're not watching
NASCAR
it.
never NASCAR never fell off, bro.
But I'm saying though, like, I don't watch it. Just because I don't watch it doesn't mean that it's not popular. You know what I mean?
That
So
shit's on TV for a reason, on prime time for
right.
a reason.
But even then, like you look at like the change is gonna happen. Look, I stand with Kaepernick. I understand what it was his protest was behind. As a former service member, as a veteran myself, I understand that the anthem means something to me, and I understand that him taking a right that we protect and protesting, that's a right that's protected. He has the right to protest. Whatever the venue it may be, you may not agree with it, but again, he knew the risk that was involved. You know, like I can't hate on him for choosing the platform where he protests on. That's the
another
one that
thing, I don't
got
think
him
it
the
should have
most
never gotten
eyeballs.
this far, though. Like, the commissioner should have
But the
been able to
commissioner
settle the
plays
situation.
Who the
here's the
NFL
thing.
commissioner? The NFL
Yeah.
commissioner is
The
a piece of
NFL
shit. Let me tell
commissioner
you.
works for the owners. It's the one difference compared to all the other fucking leagues, that the commissioner of the NFL is an employee of the owners.
Mm-hmm.
He acts like he runs the league or whatnot. No, the owners run the league though. If the owners wanted him out, they could vote him out though. So, I mean, again,
I don't like them. I don't like them motherfucker, bro.
they're I mean, he's playing to his fan base, the fan base. And like I said, look, I still watch the Chiefs game because my wife watches the Chiefs game, but that's all. That's
So
really
pretty much, then my conclusion is that exactly, Kaepernick not only exposed the injustices, but he also exposed that the NFL's fucking racist, dog. We seen it because this nigga chose to, he pretty much sacrificed Kaepernick, which had good intentions, and exposing nationwide injustices, but he threw them out just to save for the money to save. A lot of white fans probably would have fell off though.
Yeah. And the
If they would
NFL,
have allowed that shit to keep happening. I do remember it.
yeah, and the
Now that I
NFL,
think about it, a lot of people were upset. Like, hey, what the fuck? He made a fucking kneel. Like,
Of course, people were upset.
yeah, because they were misinformed, huh?
My whole shit, the whole time I was like, bro, you're there to play football, man. Nothing else, bro. Nothing else. You can't bring your protest, whatever the fuck. You can't bring that shit into your job, bro.
Yeah, but you understand that's where he gets the most eyeballs. If he does something
What?
outside of NFL, it's not gonna get a lot of clicks. If he does it while it isn't in what the world is watching, it's gonna get more clicks, more exposure. It's gonna carry more. Otherwise, you're telling him to go kneel down behind closed door where nobody can
Then
see it, nobody can be affected.
if
And
his
change is not gonna.
message,
If I don't see the change, if I don't actively see what's happening or who's being affected, I'm not gonna care for it. And what happened was by him kneeling, you knew that people were being affected, and it personalized it, and you could no longer ignore it. That's what it was.
right,
And otherwise, if you do it behind closed door, it's not a protest. It's no longer a protest. A
right,
protest is supposed to go against whatever it is that you're doing. Look at the lady that sat in the front, the black lady that sat in the front part of the bus and refused to move. You
yeah,
think
yeah,
any
yeah.
change would happen if she abide and move to the back of the bus? No. Something drastic has to occur in order for us to move forward. In this case, he was willing to risk it all,
He was. You gotta give him up. You gotta give it up to him.
and everybody else that was like, "Yo, I'm with you," but then they started getting hit on the, people started losing endorsement deals, people started losing paychecks and shit. So a lot of them started to be like, "Nah, I gotta provide for my family," and I don't hate them for that. I don't, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, Kaepernick was like, "Yo, I can't sleep with myself anymore, knowing that I have an opportunity to shed light on this, and then and be able to do something, influence change." That's what we ask for our players, our athletes. We don't ask them, "You're here saying, oh, I just want you to play, shut up and play, perform." But the reality is, though, that you want them to be. You're like, "Yo," that's like telling LeBron, just shut up and play. You're telling him not to like further move progression, not to open up the school, the I Promise school. You're not asking him to take social justice. You're not asking the Miami
No,
Heat to
after
wear
everything about
to wear
LeBron
black
as a
hoods.
player, LeBron is the best role model player ever,
But
man.
that's what I'm saying, though. Either what you're saying is
He
you want
married
your
his high
athletes to
school
shut up and play,
sweetheart.
or you want them to go beyond, be more than just an athlete. You want them to be an actual role model. So I mean,
That
which one is it?
that's
Which one is
different,
it,
bro.
though? Like,
I know where I stand. I don't look for these motherfuckers as role models or to
right,
teach me
but
anything, bro.
right,
I'm here to watch you catch a ball.
right.
You know what I mean?
You're there for the entertainment, and 90% of the people are there for entertainment. But at the same time, you can't fault them for taking up a cause, though.
All right, I don't. If they're honest about it, like Kaepernick, because he
Yeah,
risked it all, man. He risked it all.
yeah,
Game checks, all that shit. TV
and
yo,
contracts.
Carlos,
What up? What up?
check your pictures if you can. I just sent you a message though, and
All
you
right.
too, Frank.
yeah.
Pictures where? Pictures where?
I sent you a message, text message.
Oh,
Was that Drew Brees? Anyhow, yeah, but just even with that, like, I like I said, I mean, am I gonna watch? Am I gonna watch the NFL? I'll watch the Chiefs, but I don't plan my Sundays aren't around the NFL. I mean, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I mean, I don't do the fantasy football league because like I know I'm not gonna watch it, so I'm gonna be out of tune. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, like I'm not. I mean, I'll watch the NFL. but mostly Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna watch anything else. But that's just but that's just me though. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect everybody else to feel that way. So hello,
Yeah, what up?
where's this dude at?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. But anyway, but for you, Brian, to say that you don't want him to, he chose the wrong platform.
Hey, look. I got mixed emotions though.
That's fine. That's fine. And that's what
I
I'm
was
trying.
like, I don't like the aftermath, but after I get all the facts, then I understand why it went down the way it went down.
Yeah. So, but anyway, but you were saying something about McGregor earlier. What you were
I think
saying about
we talked
Carlo?
about McGregor last night.
He don't know shit about McGregor though.
I don't. I was asking mad questions.
So technically, you know, you asked me about McGregor. Uh,
Can he bounce back? That's what I was asking Brian the other day.
he's just like right now at
Because
this point
you
for
come
like a US.
outside
For
with the
me,
UFC
for me,
shit.
for me, I'm so disappointed. Like I had a relationship with him, type shit. That's how it feels, and he disappointed me. I'm sick of him, bro. Like,
But why is that
After
though?
back-to-back losses, you're sick of him?
yeah, I'm sick of like all the hype, and even it shit feels like wrestling, dog. Like what the fuck, all the off the octagon shit activities that are taking place. He even went to court, got arrested, damaged some bus. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
But that wasn't
I
your
want to see a nigga get knocked the fuck out, and he let me down because I was on his corner though.
but that wasn't your initial reaction though. If you
What do you
remember,
mean?
yeah,
What do you mean? I'm devastated though.
like your initial
I guess
reaction was
I was
like,
just covering it up or something.
yeah. I mean, it all settled in. I mean, the thing about it is like we were quick to forget. Everybody was quick to jump on Khabib's camp and be like, oh, he shouldn't have jumped the fence. Oh, he shouldn't have like jumped, sucker punch McGregor. This and I'm like, oh, you guys forget 6 months ago, this man was throwing shit at and attacking and injured people on a bus after a presser. So, and he even he got charged on he got convicted and he pleaded to lesser charges so that he can still travel and fight and all that stuff in the U.S. So, and he's still being sued by people that he hurt, fight other fighters that he hurt. So, and then you also got the fact that McGregor's attacking your family, your religion, and your friends and your camp. I mean, like, come on, dog. Eventually,
He
you're gonna
went ahead
run.
and did it.
Eventually, you're gonna run into the wrong one, dog. I mean, you could. One thing is promotion. Let's face it. When I enjoyed it when McGregor and Mayweather when they had the press conferences, they were jawing back and forth, and
Yeah,
and
look, this is what's going on, dog. That shit was a fluke. Hey, we been let down, though.
yeah, and
We
I
been
think
let down. That nigga was not the real deal, bro. He's real flashy.
yeah,
Like
know
he's
He's
not the real deal, though.
what I
Like
what I give him.
he's flash and no substance.
the complete package. He's not. He's real flashy, but he's not Mayweather of UFC, though.
Right, he talks a good game, but he's yet to back. I mean, he was a champion, and he still has one title belt. So
It
let's give
doesn't
him that.
matter, man.
But at the same time, it's just like I was telling Carlos the other day is you got to think he's been back. What 2 years since he's been off the octagon ring. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he comes back, and this is what you give. You got Khabib that's like peaking already. He became the champion for a reason. He still continued to get better. It's no longer a one-sided fighter. You have a fighter that can be on the ground, do jiu-jitsu, can be on his back. He could play on standing up. He could fight standing up. He could trade. It's all around. And for McGregor to come out here and think that he's just going to show up to the fight and already win, nah, bro. And it was proven. Like Khabib, everybody thinks that this fight was it was done in like the first minute. It was done like a little bit past halfway through the fourth round, and Khabib rocked him when he stood toe to toe with him. And it wasn't something that he knocked. It's nothing that he was grappled him down and then
y'all
just
might be right. And then y'all might be right. He might have peaked already then, bro.
And I think for me, like I thought McGregor was like 32, 33. No,
He's
bro,
30?
he's only 30. And I'm like, yeah, you got a payday. You got $100 in your $100 million in your bank account, dog. Like, where's that motivation? You know what I'm saying? Like Khabib's not getting paid that much. Apparently, somebody said that McGregor's payout, and I'll look this up to confirm. McGregor's payout was like $20 to $50 million for this one fight, and I'm like, the UFC doesn't pay that way. The UFC signs you to fights, fights.
It was $3 million though, and
so what about his talent? What about his overall like talent? He was never like an all-time talent.
What you mean?
He's flashy though. He's
so he was just like a.
Bro, let me give you an example. There was a guy named Dominic Cruz. He held his shit down for almost a decade though, without getting beat type shit.
Right.
This guy right here, that shouldn't last long at all.
Okay.
Because Nate Diaz beat him. This guy beat him.
But I'm asking as an outsider because I don't know shit about UFC. But to me, the way.
Hey Carlos, what happened to your audio? Are you on the headphone?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay, there you go. That's better.
You hear me?
Yeah.
But yeah, as an outsider, I only know what I see on TV. And he was promoted. He was talked about as if he's one of the all-time greats.
Who?
And now after McGregor, the hype around him was as if
he's definitely treated that way because
he's the hot thing.
They talked about
even the owner shows him favoritism, lets him get away with a lot of shit.
But what I'm saying is now apparently he was not an all-time great. Right now it's looking like he was just another one that had a nice decent run.
Bro, this nigga got his ass. This nigga's on a 2-loss streak. Nigga, Mayweather whooped his ass, and right now he just got submitted though.
Yeah. Look, and I think they're saying, look, here it goes. So McGregor so McGregor is guaranteed $3 million. Khabib is guaranteed $2 million flat, but based on pay-per-views, like pay-per-view bites, the martial art bout. Let's see. McGregor himself thinks the fight will rake in record pay-per-view buys and does net him as much as $50 million in total. So, I mean, so again, that's not known, and I think that's how he structured his contract to come back to the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Because boxers they make that big money, and a big money purse. But the way the UFC is structured, you sign a contract per fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, or for 4 fight deals. For fight deals. So, if you sign the contract for 4 fights, doesn't mean you're gonna make more money because you fight more or because you're hotter. It just means that the UFC has you on the contract for 4 fights. Now they may give you an incentive bonus, depending and that's what McGregor has been getting, because he's the hot hand, the hot thing, the hot ticket. He's the one that's making all the draw. Let's face it, Khabib was not gonna bring in that much draw. He wasn't. But you add McGregor to the Khabib and to the hostility.
Bro, there's another couple motherfuckers that might whoop McGregor dog too. Dog. I'm telling you, it's just done, dog. He's done.
Nah, yeah, I think he has to.
That's it. Y'all calling it? He's done. The
I'm calling it. I told you, he was my guy, dog. But I'm not. Yeah, I don't know, dog.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be hard for him to bounce back because when he fought, when he fought Nate Diaz destroyed him, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the second time that they fought, it went to a decision, and he was still gassed. So they gave it to McGregor though. And remember, because Nate was pissed at that shit. So, but it all depends on who the hot hand is, really. I mean, and right now, like McGregor was the one that can be easily promoted. You know what I mean? Like you could like if McGregor was to fight in 3 years, I know a lot of people were saying, "Oh, the rematch this and the rematch that." I'm like, I don't know if I want to see that fight again. Like, because all I saw was Khabib dominate him on the ground, and then in the third round in the second round he stood right in front of him. Didn't bounce back and forth. No, he stood flat footed right in front of him and rocked his chin, rocked him, dog. Traded back and forth, and he got rocked. So I don't want to see that fight no more. Unless McGregor significantly improves, I don't want to see it. I've seen that shit before. And shout out to Stream Smart, because I didn't pay for that shit. And I know one of my brothers did. And I know he was hot. He was hot. So
that nigga paid for it.
That nigga paid for it. He got impatient and paid for it.
He got a bang for his buck, man.
I mean, he's promotable, dog. Like he was out there promoting his.
Either way, if you pay for a McGregor fight and he loses, you still got your money's worth because you're seeing something crazy.
Well, I saw Khabib, and I saw total domination though. And if I would have seen one more round, I'm like, this is sad. And like it's sad, dog. Like it's kind of you see like a supposedly great fighter, but then be totally dominated. This wasn't like a split decision that he happened to win by a choke.
It was Infinity Wars.
No. Yeah, dog. This was
shit.
Straight up domination, dog. Like from front to end, dog. Like McGregor did not, dog. He was frustrated, and that's what Khabib did. He went and did it, dog. And that's the thing, that like you have to improve, dog. Like once you be, and that's what Anderson Silva was like. You know, he held the game for a while, but then the talent that was coming right after, they were hungry. They got better. They got better all around fighters. It wasn't just about ground game. It wasn't just about wrestling takedowns. It wasn't just about trading blows or having a jaw. It was all around, dog. It was an all around fighter, and that's what it is. It's an MMA fight. It's not a boxing match. Boxing, you're just gonna trade blows, but in MMA, you got to expect everything, and you got to know your opponent, and you got to prepare for the opponent in front of you. You can't think about what the opponent is, who the next opponent is going to be. Okay, you got to prepare for the person that you're going to fight, dog, because you don't know what style they're going to fight, and I think he's out there promoting shit, dog, and he's capitalizing. I don't blame him for that, but now, he's out there promoting his whiskey, he's out there promoting his brand. I mean, we've seen this happen, bro. Ronda Rousey was not too long ago.
I was gonna mention her, bro.
Ronda Rousey wasn't too long ago. You know what I'm saying? She had two bad losses and went back. Where's she at now? WWE. So
she had a spark when she started, but now she just garbage, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up. That shit is cutthroat, lad, bro.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm not with it when they start complaining. I'm like, man, you signed up for all this shit, man.
Yeah, and then like, look, Khabib out there. Look, McGregor was throwing haymakers verbally in the pressers, and then, I don't blame Khabib. I know a lot of people say like, oh, well, you have to be a professional and this and that. I'm like, listen, we all have a limit, though, and when you talk about my religion, my family, and all that shit, bro, it's a wrap.
What up, though, Bryan?
Shit. I'm done with that shit, though. That shit's garbage. That's what the UFC does. I've been keeping up with this shit for a minute.
Who's the next hot one, though? Who's the next prospect?
A nigga named Bryan Ortega.
What's his specialty? Homo activities?
The nigga does it all. Unlike McGregor, he could handle himself on the ground and submission.
McGregor got a beard. Does Bryan Ortega got a beard?
He got a ponytail. He looks like Rob Van Dam.
He's got long hair.
You got a man bun?
He looks like Rob Van Dam.
Van Damme.
Claude Van Damme.
What you know about Rob Van Dam, though?
Shit, my mom used to watch those movies, though.
It's not even Rob, though.
Right.
You know what I mean, though,
It's
nigga.
How do you know?
Jean-Claude
How do you know
Van
he has a twin
Damme.
brother, though? Man? It's not even your generation.
Nigga, I know shit. I don't know. I know shit, though.
No.
Hey, Brian grew up to be wise, bro. That nigga taught me a lot of things, bro.
But there's also another nigga named Max Holloway. And they were supposed to fight already, but this nigga, Max Holloway, they say he switched, like, training coaches, and that nigga was on a new training program. And, like, when it was time for weigh-ins, this guy had, like, a mild concussion. This nigga's jaw was, like, he was drooping saliva and shit. I don't know what was going on with him.
That
And
nigga showed up to the weight.
they say he had, like,
Heat up.
dehydration or some shit. I don't know, though.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Because of the weight cuts, or I don't know, though.
Hey, Carlos, this is who Bryan Ortega is. Can you see it?
Let's see. It's loading.
Yeah.
There's really an Ortega out there?
Yeah, Bryan Ortega.
Oh, snap.
That's him.
That nigga undefeated, though.
Yeah.
I thought you were fucking around.
Nah, but he's quiet with his, though. You know what I'm saying? He's still grinding. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's him right there. That's him right there. I think he's Mexican, though.
Whatever happened to the
Nah, yeah,
Level?
he is.
You remember
He
Level,
is.
Frank?
So what?
You remember Level?
Who the hell's that?
Level, the Miami Latin gangster nigga that tried to get into USC. Level, bro. You remember Level?
Nah.
All tied it up. Chico. He was pretty good. He was knocking niggas out, though.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the black dude, dog.
Nah. He's a Miami motherfucker.
Nah.
He never made it back there?
Yo, show this. I'm gonna send you a link, Frank. Show this shit to Carlos on the video real quick.
Okay.
This is like the last match. This nigga Bryan Ortega, pretty much took out one of the greats, though. Just took him out, though. His name's Frankie Edgar.
Yeah, but Frankie Edgar was in the back end.
Hey, nah, chill out. That nigga's a top 5 fighter, though.
Go ahead. Who's top 5 in all of this?
Play that shit for this nigga.
Where are you sending it to me?
I send it to you through the iMessage.
I'll pull it up right quick.
Who's top 5 in the sport?
Or you need me? They got different weight classes.
Silva's top 5?
Hell no. I mean, all time maybe.
That's what I'm saying. All time.
Nah, see, I'm a midway nigga though. I don't really know the past, like the early birth of UFC. I came
gotta go back and
like halftime though. Yes, I think it's only been around for like 20 years. So I don't know.
This dude said, I've only been. Let's see. All right. Let me know.
Hey, but take off the NSYNC shit. Zoom, make that video
hold
screen
up, though.
bigger.
Yeah, hold up, dog. You know, can I live though?
You ain't Jay-Z though.
Where we at?
Screaming all kinds of,
this is the Frankie Edgar, Bryan Ortega.
No, it wasn't. Probably wasn't. Oh, my goodness. Bryan Ortega did what half a dozen Hall of Famers could not do. He stopped Frankie Edgar.
Unbelievable. The elbow. I love the composure because this fight was not going
Carlos?
his way in the beginning. Eating some good right hands. Frankie looked sharp. He looked fast. But it was the composure. It was a confidence that I'm going to land that elbow. Look at that shot over the top. Bang. Right to the temple and finish it up in a cold-blooded.
He got like 4 inches on him, though, right?
Manner. That's great for a young fighter and really the most marquee name of his fight career. You know, what was so impressive to me was just his composure, as you said.
That's a legend
Frankie
right
Edgar was getting
Yeah.
off on him.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Frankie
legend,
Edgar was hitting him
nigga.
everything quick.
Yeah, he was.
Hey,
a
mute
legend.
that shit, Frank.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a legend.
Damn, only 2 inches?
Like, pause it right there. Let's look at those stats, though. So this is the first time that legend has ever been finished, nigga. Nobody has ever knocked him out.
Right. So, I mean, the first one to finish Frankie Edgar in MMA. So, I mean, he's nice. I'm not a real big UFC fan. I'm here for the big fights, but I'm not paying for it. I'm not following. Excuse me. I'm not following it like I used to. So, I mean, but that's it. That's all you. What else you want to talk about, Carlos?
But anything, bro. Anything y'all want to come up, man.
So,
Give me a list. So I'll run down a list.
so what you think? Okay, so what you think about Kavanaugh, the Brett Kavanaugh, the judge that just got sworn in, the Supreme Justice?
Hey, yo, I've been like when I go to break and on the radio, I hear broadcasts about that shit, and I didn't know if I had just been like burning too much. I'm like, yo, is this shit real? What the fuck is
Oh,
this?
it's very weird.
It's like a TV show. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Like,
So what?
damn, dog, that shit's weird. Though. But yeah, it's been interrupting all types of broadcasts and shit.
Yeah, like
I don't know. I don't even know what's going on with that.
so basically, you had a Supreme Court justice that the Republicans are pushing, right, to get through. But there's investigations and there's allegation of sexual assault and this and that and him
that's
not
the
being
basics of what I know about the whole situation.
right, and then him not being completely honest and saying that he's
And
gonna
who picked him? Trump picked him out.
because he needs.
Has Trump made a good decision yet? Like a call? Because everybody who he picked originally, his whole squad, his whole team, everybody got replaced and fired and this and that and investigation. Has anything worked out for that nigga, man?
I don't think
Has
so.
he made a good decision, bro?
No, dog. I don't think he has. Even the secretary that the person to head the Department of VA, like he picked the doctor that cleared him. You know, like kind of like if you tell him that what the perception is that, you know, this guy's been the physician for the White House for like the last 5 years, 10 years or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, you clear him of being in perfect health like he's always claimed. And then all of us, like a week later, he's nominating you for the second largest administration in the federal government. Like, that doesn't make you qualified, though. So, I don't know. And like all the quote unquote good people that he's brought on, you know, they've all, like, I think everybody's either resigned or on their way out. Like right now,
everybody who we brought in got investigated somewhere.
Like right now, like this Nikki Haley, that she's our ambassador to the UN. You know, she went up to bat for him, but then all of a sudden she just resigned today. So
and the sad part is that the Democrat Party has no prospects, yo. So they gotta eat. They gotta eat this shit.
There's nobody. Me and my boy, we talk about that. Like, there's nobody out there right now.
There's no prospect for the Democrats, yo. They're done.
There's one that I'm keeping an eye out, and we'll see what happens. His name is Beto O'Rourke out of like Texas. Right now, he's going up against Ted Cruz for the Senate seat, and he's already visited all the counties in Texas, right?
Ted Cruz.
And then
that's something that looks like the melted action figure.
Yeah, and then like, and he's like a third generation Cuban or some shit like that, or fourth generation. I don't know what it was. He don't even speak Spanish. His wife is Spanish. That's about the only Spanish about him. And
if I go out there and your son doesn't know any words in Spanish, I'm gonna be disappointed, bro. Cause you Nika like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, and I try to, but at the same time, it's just one of those things that is on me to force him to do that. So, but again, though, like but everybody that
You gotta yell at him in Spanish. Sariarlo one time.
Exactly, bro. If you're gonna, when you're disciplining, it gotta be in Spanish, huh?
All right, Charlo, let's go.
Hijo jodido.
He don't know what that is.
yeah,
Frank don't talk like that.
yeah, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, like I don't know. You know, I still think a lot of people are gonna be really, you know, he's not. I hate to be negative about this shit, but at the same time, I think he's doing too much harm for this country overall. Though, like he's already affected the farming industry, trying to give him a $15 billion bailout on something that the trade war with China and other countries. He's the one that fucking provoked that. So it's like even the farmers are like, yo, we don't want this. We don't want this bailout. We want to be able to sell our crops. So, you know, you have people that around his circles that are being investigated. One thing out there is like Ivanka Trump goes out to the UN, sits with him, but she's in no official capacity, but has no title. Like, what are you doing there? That's like me bringing my son to a conference call at work. Like, you there representing me or something or what? The country? You know what I mean? Like,
She's not supposed to be there with him.
no, dog. Like, she's in no capacity, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the role she's playing?
I feel you. So niggas in the UN, everybody in that bitch is somebody.
Yeah. They're ambassadors or they're representatives of their countries. You know what I'm saying?
And what they laughing at him the other day?
It's saying that he's done. No other administration has done the things that he has done or as great as he's done, and they all laughed at him because like that's not even true. First of all, you're not gonna talk to global powers talking about like that you're still a global power because like the UK's already knows that they can rely on you. Germany already knows that they can rely on you.
Maybe monetary wise, you're right. But military wise, bro, we're still the power in the fucking nation, in the world, man. Nobody wants to be that one that presses the button, let's go to war with the niggas. Nobody wants to do it, bro.
Right. But
nobody will ever be the one.
Right. But if we go to war, no other country is gonna back us.
Bro, to tell you the truth, with the weapons that we got, bro, they don't want it with us either way, bro. But I even believe we've mastered invisibility. I believe the military has weapons that are
France has, as little as France is, they have a nuclear reactor underground.
Them niggas could have 5 of them. They're not gonna be the ones to go at it with the U.S., bro.
But
nobody wants to go down the history to be the ones that set it off, bro.
Right. But then you have China that has. You have China, India has a large arsenal, and so does Russia.
All these countries got bread. All these countries got bread, but nobody.
No. They got
first. Nobody wants to swing first.
Right, but they got the capabilities, dog.
But nobody wants to swing first. That's always going to be the case with the U.S., bro.
Right, but here's the thing. That's what people forget about is like.
Hey, like I don't like that nigga, boy. When he comes around, yo, what's up?
Yeah, they took them the chains
but everybody knows their capabilities. But they also know that the U.S. we're not the only superpower.
We're the superpower.
We're not the only superpower. And
on paper, we're not the only one at all.
Man wise, equipment wise, we're not the superpower.
Yes, we are.
China, man, like I think it's like let's do a comparison now.
It don't matter about man, nigga. We're talking about technology.
Right, technology and all that stuff. What do you think? Where do you think our technology is coming from?
Hey, Frank, I know you know this. You gotta know this. We're the country that spends the most in the military, nigga.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are now. By a lot, Frank.
We are now. No, we are now in comparison to how much to the size of we are. Yes.
Bro, no country on earth puts in more money into the armed forces than the U.S. That's why we're always going to be the bullies.
Right, but that's not always been the case, bro. I'm telling you. Like,
How you figure, man? How you figure?
what do you mean? I look at the figures, dog. Let's look at the military comparison.
I saw that shit maybe a year ago on CNN on like at 4, bro. 4
All
in the
right,
morning.
if we weren't the biggest threat, we're the biggest bluffer. Then.
Yeah.
We're not a bluffer because we're the only ones that ever dropped the atomic bomb. Also, we talked that shit. We warned you niggas first.
What you talking about?
The U.S.
What about it?
So till this day, we're the only one that ever used the atomic bomb.
All right, let's see. You see this right here. Let's see. What the hell? So we want
I
to.
seen it, man. I seen it, man. I got stats, man. Just like the Adidas stat I told you.
So United States, and let's go with China. Let's go against China. All right. Let's compare. Let's go. We're doing a military strength comparison. So number one GFP rank, whatever that is. Let's look at what that is. What is that? GFP rank. The finalized global power ranking utilized over 55 million factors. Okay. So we are number 1 out of 36. The China's number 3 out of 36. 136.
Look at the population difference, yo.
Fit to service. 1 to 6. So for every 6 people, we have 1.
Nigga, add another
Manpower.
I'm super
Manpower availability. 1 to 7. Active personnel, it's 1 to 2. The ratio. The reserve component, we got them on a reserve component. All right, we got them by 300,000. So the budget, we spent what, 647 trillion? No, billion. No, yeah, billion. They spent, on paper, they say they spent 151 billion. That's not true. They're not going to tell you that because China's not going to release that information. First of all.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
Yo, what about the U.S., nigga?
Nigga, what do you mean? Because look.
We ain't buying shit under the table.
I mean, we might be, but the U.S. is a global power. They're going to be transparent.
Nigga, the U.S. was founded off of secrets, nigga. That's why they can't fuck with this nation.
Look, they got transport trainers, Look, first of all these numbers are minimized, though. There's no way you're going to tell me that China, with all that fucking money they got, they only got 1,000 to 1,125 aircrafts. They have 1,500 aircrafts. Fuck out of here. Transports, out of all that population, that's 7 million.
Bro, I told you, bro. Nobody spends more on themselves than the U.S., man.
Right, but China's not gonna tell you. They're not. China, nigga, are you gonna show your hands all the time, though?
Bro, the thing about the U.S. shows its hands.
Shows its hands, but that's the scary part. Other countries, they don't show you their hands. Just like North Korea, then why the fuck are we just letting North Korea do what the fuck North Korea is doing? If we're so mighty.
You know why?
Why?
You want to know the exact thing, right?
Why?
Because they're not a fucking threat. They're a threat to South Korea. They're not a threat to worldwide. They're not a fucking threat, man.
Are you serious?
They're not a threat, Frank.
You know why? Because they're backed by Russia and China.
Maybe with all allies, yeah.
Just like you said,
alone ain't nobody scared of them.
We don't want to see. Just like you said that they don't want that no other country wants to see us, nigga. We don't want to see China and Russia.
Bro, are you kidding me, man?
We don't want to see them, though.
Bro, it ain't
two global powers, two super global powers versus one global powers. Which one do you think you put your money on?
I know what you're saying. They're huge in numbers. But like I said, man, the military. We got invisible weapons, bro.
And you don't think they do?
We mastered invisibility, Frank. The U.S. military.
And
bro.
you don't.
You think that Predator shit?
I don't know.
You think that Predator shit was?
You talking about stealth, or you talking about being actually invisible?
Say it again.
You talking about stealth or invisible?
Nigga,
I don't know about invisible.
I'm flying tanks and airplanes and all that shit.
I'm talking stealth. Everybody has stealth.
No.
Yes.
What the fuck is stealth, bro? How do you define
Stealth
stealth?
it means that you don't show up on radar.
Nigga, I'm just flying low.
No, there's ways to do it too. That's one way. But there's ways of you. How do you think submarines all of a sudden?
I'm talking about invisibility, nigga. Right? It could be right in front of you and you don't see it. They've mastered that.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know about all that.
You're taking
of course you don't, nigga. You ain't supposed to know. Nigga, that's a different department, nigga.
Nah, you taking a
It's
page
different
out
branch,
of,
nigga.
you taking a page out of Trump, dog, with that invisible shit, dog. Fuck out of here,
man.
nigga.
Dead ass, bro. They got invisible weapons, bro. That they will never show us, man. They will never show us. Why would
weapons.
They?
I mean,
They only show us what they want.
Yo, man,
I believe that.
They had wireless electricity, nigga. It hasn't been put out yet, nigga.
The Egyptians had wireless electricity, nigga. How about that one?
Dog, here we go.
Yeah.
You know the Egyptians have power
about,
tools, right, Frank?
Okay. So what's this invisible electricity, guys?
Invisible electricity? You mean wireless electricity?
Yeah. I mean, it is invisible. It's around us, nigga.
The pyramids, the original purpose of the pyramids, it was a power plant. It was a power plant. Have you ever seen the Tesla coil?
I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead.
Have you ever seen the Tesla coil?
No, but I'm about to right now.
Yeah, you've seen it, but
he has.
His most famous invention, shit.
He just don't know, but he knows what it is when he sees it.
That's the pyramid in practice. The Tesla coil was what the pyramid was about. That's what it was for electricity, wireless.
For this?
Huh?
This?
The coil, man, the shit that he displayed in the Chicago World Fair, and everybody was blown away.
Looks like the Hunk.
Yeah.
You got money? Sing your song.
Oh, let me see, little man.
Making that money, the pyramid scheme, money. Come here, Logan. Look at yourself in the camera. Come here.
Okay. Logan awake? You got home?
Yeah, he just got home. Say hi.
What's up, Logan?
Hi.
Wait, hold on. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Logan. What's up, bro?
It's
Carlos.
What are you doing?
I'm over here talking to your dad.
What are you doing?
We're just talking. And you?
Yeah?
Are you talking? What are you doing? You're gonna eat something?
I have some money.
How much money you got?
Sing your song.
I have some money.
How much do you have? $2?
2.
Oh, okay. All right.
I knew it.
All right. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Bye.
We didn't even see him, bro.
What do you mean? The camera's on.
Nah, it's on your computer screen.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, my bad.
Did you see him, Carlos?
A little bit.
Oh.
Through the little bottom part.
Oh. Okay, we'll watch it. Go upstairs in a second. I'll be up there. Right. But anyway, so what am I doing here? All right. So.
Look at me, Dad.
I know you are. You see him there?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll talk to him.
You want to talk to him?
Oh, no. I dropped him.
All right. Hey, go upstairs real quick. All right, hold on, guys. Talk.
What up, though, Brian? What's up, man? You been smoking out there?
Yeah, dog. I'm about to burn one right now.
I'm burning when I get out of here.
But you must be off today?
I'm off, man.
Nice.
You work today?
Nah, I'm off, though. You saw that Drew Brees picture, though?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dog, that shit makes me feel some type of way, dog.
Can you imagine, bro? Nick Saban, complete failure down here. He leaves the Dolphins as a complete failure. He goes to college and he becomes the greatest of all time. We did that. We let that happen.
Yo, I don't know what's going on with that franchise though. The Dolphins might be cursed though.
Nah, man, you always with that curse shit. But I told you the Dolphins. I told you last night the Dolphins are extra garbage. They're not even.
Them niggas can't make the right move, dog.
They
They do
can't.
shit that I can't even think of, though.
Every like whatever the decision they end up making, you know, is the wrong one. You know it is.
Signing these fucking Brandon Albert. We signed fucking that scrub ass tight end, Julius Thomas.
I told you about Julius Thomas. He was trash.
We signed another scrub ass tight ends, old nigga.
Fasano.
And I think another nigga too named Escobar. I don't even know. We signed. What we signed? Just old niggas. Like, no disrespect. We even signed Frank Gore. Like, there you go.
It all starts. It all starts up top. Man.
I'm back now. My bad.
What up? What up?
So okay, so what? So I guess we'll talk about that shit. But I mean, what have you been watching? On let's just go with that. Like, what have you been watching lately, Carlos? Like movies, TVs.
I stay watching movies, man. I'm a cinephile. Ask me any movie I know. I tell you the director, what year, who starred, what awards, all that shit.
Fury.
Yeah, that's Brad Pitt. That's 2013. I don't know. I don't know the director.
Yeah. So, what TV shows
Shit,
you
I've been
been
watching
watching?
Mr. Robot, Mr. Motherfucking. What else have I been watching? Hannibal, man. You seen Hannibal? That shit is crazy, bro.
No, I haven't.
On NBC. Coño, that shit is insane. I recommend that. Shit's only 3 seasons too.
Yeah, one thing right now, what I'm watching is The Good Doctor. I'm watching that one with my wife. I'm watching Atypical on Netflix with the wife. We like watching TV.
That's that young nigga from Bates Motel, right?
I think so.
The doctor shit, the good doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That's him.
Yeah, The Good Doctor. That's pretty good.
But isn't that a knockoff to Doogie Howser, bro? That's a Doogie Howser ripoff.
I mean, it could be. I mean, they're all closer. He's just autistic, but he's pretty smart. Yeah, he's autistic, so there's that extra added challenge. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's not a doctor yet. He's still a resident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I watch a lot of animes too. So, been watching those. Been listening to music. I've been listening to a lot of different type of music now lately. So, should I even?
You still listen to country music?
I mean, not really. I listen to.
Nigga, you had a Sarah McLachlan CD, bro.
Okay, nigga.
In your Impala, nigga.
Yeah. No shame. No shame. I used to listen to everything. You know one thing that I just got hip to game though is LOD. Is it LOD? And no, POD, not LOD. POD. And Creed and bands like that. You know they were Christian based?
Nah.
Yeah, I was like,
Did you ever fuck with Linkin Park though?
Yeah, I did. I still do.
Homie killed himself. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did. And
I used to fuck with him, bro. Heavy.
Have you listened to his album?
I used to fuck with Linkin Park heavy, bro. I got like 3 albums.
No, I'm talking about the guy that committed suicide. He released the album too. I heard it, and he was crying for help, bro. There was something that he was.
Their music was always suicidal, man.
I mean,
suicide is always profitable for some reason, bro. Look at XX Tentacion, man. That nigga was a suicide monger, man.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, but Creed, though, yeah, like Creed, I guess they were like I don't know, like there's word that they were like Christian rock or whatever. So, I don't know. Like, Creed, though, yeah, like Creed, I guess they were like they were like Christian rock or whatever. So, I don't know. Like, there's word that they were like Christian rock or whatever. So, I don't know. Like, there's word that they were like Christian rock or whatever. So, But I mean, said it's an alternative style Christian band. Did you know that? I didn't know that shit when I was growing up.
Nah, I never fucked with them.
So I guess one of the ways to figure out if they're like a Christian based or whatever. So change like whatever. What was it? Change a word. It's like change. Just add the word Jesus to it. Toward like the ending of it, and it's usually like if it flows, it usually means that they're like Christian based. So like which was a good one, like with arms wide open. Let's see. What can you hear it? Hello?
Nope.
Hello? Can you hear that?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
All right, so this one. This is Creed with arms wide open. Let's see. Look at this shit.
Oh yeah, man. That's the nigga with that voice.
Yeah.
That shit reminded me of high school, man.
Yeah, look.
Tears of joy stream down my face with arms wide open under the sunlight.
Yeah, it's they're talking about Jesus. They're praying to Jesus.
Man, fuck all that shit, bro. Hey, real quick, dog. Did the Dolphins have a chance to get Patrick Mahomes, though?
I'll tell you right now.
Did we pass on that nigga, though?
I'll tell you right now, man.
That motherfucker's the truth, though.
Mahomes?
That
Maybe,
motherfucker right there.
Maybe he's caught the NFL off guard, man. Maybe they don't know how to deal with it. Maybe
I ain't never seen nothing like that, though.
Brett Favre?
What do you mean you never seen nothing like that? Aaron Rodgers, nigga? Hello?
Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre,
Aaron Rodgers.
Drew Brees.
Man, I don't know. I don't watch Green Bay, though. They're boring, though.
Even Joe Flacco.
This nigga's
though.
flashy as fuck, though.
What you
This
mean?
nigga's
flashy?
not boring, though.
Yeah, but you also know you also
This
know what that means.
nigga's more
right?
athletic than Aaron Rodgers too.
Right.
Though. It's not even
You
the
kidding
same.
me?
This
Are you kidding me?
nigga might be like Warren Moon. That's the last time you saw some shit like this.
by being more athletic, you said that he's blacker than Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers.
bro. That nigga got swag and everything, though.
You heard him speak, though. And hell no.
I'm just kidding, though. That nigga speaks. That nigga
Nah,
sound like a
he was a top. He was a top
They
10
said that he
pick.
sounds like a Muppet.
That motherfucker sounds like he looks like a Stephen Curry type motherfucker.
You took that shit from the commentators, nigga.
Nah, I
You
just thought
took-
it was the eyes or some shit.
people
The red,
they're
little
already
curls.
calling him the Stephen Curry of the NFL, bro. Come on.
Damn.
Come on.
Hey,
man.
that nigga's it. I'm telling you, that nigga came in for like a.
So he's better than Cam
Storming,
Newton?
He's smarter than Cam Newton for sure.
How is
How
he
do you
smarter?
figure smart? How do you figure smarter?
Yeah.
I've seen it, dog. Just off of the decisions.
Cam Newton was never a big turnover, nigga.
Cam Newton makes some questionable shit, dog. Like where he
Cam Newton is inaccurate, but he doesn't make.
pushing his body on the line, questionable. Like that's what I meant. Like this guy, Mahomes. He does all that he does while, from what I've seen, being safe. And with that you gotta have a lot of IQ in order to be able to be moving so fast, juking defenders, and also keeping your body safe. That's like, a lot of players don't have that shit though. For a quarterback too, that's like some running back type skills.
So what
And
you're saying? Okay. So what
He
you're
has
saying-
that. He has that as a quarterback.
But okay, we know that he
Man,
can sit in the
Just
pocket
look at
and
some
deliver
highlights.
the ball.
Son.
we could sit there and look at the pocket, and he could deliver the ball in the pocket. But these left-handed
this nigga
throws.
this
The,
nigga
you're
improvises
talking about
on the go,
the
bro.
left-handed throw, okay? But you also know what that means, right? That the plays are broken down. He's extending the play,
Exactly, dog.
right?
That's what
And
I'm
that's
saying. It's
good.
all IQ, dog. Like,
No, and that's good and all, but your receivers are running routes.
and with a sprinkle, like how that nigga sprinkles the salt off of his arm down his elbow and shit.
Talking about
That
Salt
nigga
Bay,
does it with fashion too, though.
but you
Like,
know that's not a good thing, right?
that is a good thing,
Because one or two of those plays, as soon as they don't go his way,
bro. This nigga is electrifying. That nigga's like Michael Vick, and
oh,
honestly, in the most
my
perfect system,
God,
bro. That nigga got weapons all over the field. That nigga got tight end. That nigga got a slot nigga. He got a running back. He got wide receivers on the outside. The defense.
So how much do you put on him?
Bro, it's the perfect storm combination, whatever. They blend well together.
Okay.
So, Carlos, did the Dolphins pass up on him or what?
Nah. He was a top 10 pick. We had no chance. We took Charles Harris.
Garbage ass shit, bro.
I know the Chiefs passed on to Deshaun Watson for
They're good with
Mahomes.
that decision, man.
For Mahomes. But even then, the Chiefs didn't know what they had in Mahomes. So
Bullshit.
until you get on the field, you don't know what you have.
You didn't know
It's
what
all
they had, nigga.
At least
it's all
Andy
potential.
Reid knew what he had. Shit, he picked him.
He's potential, but I mean, not until he got on the field and he started.
You don't know that, bro.
What?
I believe Andy
they,
Reid knew
they got
exactly
time. They got
what he had
time
when
to
he
watch
picked him.
videos all day, though. They knew what they were getting. That
Andy
nigga
Reid.
was not very attractive, at least, but he was questionable. And dog, he wasn't very popular, dog, but clearly. That nigga's a rookie?
No, man, second year.
Second year.
I'm about to say.
They sat him all last year.
They redshirted him.
Another thing, dog, these Eagles fans, I try to tell them, J.J. ain't shit. You remember I told you that shit like 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
These Eagle fans are some loudmouth niggas, though. Like, I was like, we gave you a Jai because this nigga's about to break down any second, nigga.
Who's this?
And they're like, I'm just saying this shit to random Eagle fans, bro. They're real proud out here, though.
But to who, though? Like, about what?
Because they like to hate. They're like, who's your favorite team? I'd be like, well, now I'm rolling with the Dolphins, nigga. What's up?
You gonna run into round one, dog. Fall back with that shit.
I don't say it like that,
okay.
but that's the main point, nigga. What's up, nigga? I'm rolling with the Dolphins. Then you ask. Yeah. But I make it clear.
I wasn't mad at that shit because running back is easy to replace, man.
But yeah, anyways, I say all that because right now, he's been put on the IR. He's done for the season. Knee surgery done.
Who's this?
Ajay.
Oh.
I tried to tell Carlos in the beginning of the season
you didn't tell me shit, man.
Shut the fuck up, nigga. How you gonna say, nigga? I didn't even finish my statement.
Hey, Brian be forgetting. He be forgetting
that
about
the
shit.
Eagles are a fluke, dog, and I try to tell him, and I've been telling niggas out here, dog. Don't get used to that shit, nigga.
Brian,
I don't mind being a fluke, nigga.
I sound like a straight hater, but
yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You be forgetting too. You be like, damn, dog, why we let go of Anna J or whatever the fuck his name was?
Ajay. But anyway, I tell him, hey, look, the Eagles are.
Now you just happy that he's on the IR. Now you just hate.
I was like, the Eagles' flight is not high anymore. They're coming down, but guess what? Y'all got the NBA season to look forward to. Sixers, though.
So the Eagles out already?
They're done. I called it.
How are they done, though?
And honestly, they would have never been if Tom Brady fucking catches that pass, nigga. That nigga has another ring, bro. That easy, bro.
But it didn't.
Nigga, it was like 1 or 2 missed assignments, nigga. That's how close that Super Bowl
But it
was.
didn't happen their way. They
I'm
bounced the
just
Eagles' way.
telling you, though.
That's just the same
And now
argument.
you're seeing,
That's
the
the argument that
effects of it.
That's the argument I'm saying.
Now you're seeing the effects of it, bro.
That's the same argument that I'm saying against Mahomes. One of those two plays don't bounce his ways, and they're already criticizing him.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
So
like
he finally threw his first interception this week.
Right, and it was a bad play.
No, it wasn't a bad play. What it was,
tell me,
is, all right, this was the 5th game, right? So
he overthrew the ball.
In 5 games, we've only seen him make mistakes in 1 game out of 5 games. And that's because he has inside of him a special ability, though. Like, this nigga's IQ, like, this nigga fucking sees the game developing at a faster rate than all the other players on that field, nigga. That's what's going on with this guy.
I want you to remember this comment, and I'm glad we're recording.
I am, nigga. I'm rolling with this nigga. I'm all in.
Because just like how you was like all about McGregor.
I seen it. I tried to tell this nigga about
you're like, it's
Jared
done.
Goff last year, and this nigga's the new nigga now.
Until the next one, until he makes a couple mistakes or loses.
Nah, look, because he has a perfect team, whatever. I'm telling you, got weapons, bro. That's all they needed.
So and if they lose, they're gonna blame him.
Nah, anyways, look, in 5 games, you only make mistakes on 1 game so far. And from what I saw, looking back at that interception, you mentioned that he has the ability to stretch plays out well. And finally, one of those plays backfired.
Every play, Don?
One play backfired out of the last 50 to 75 plays. 1 to 2 mistakes. I'll take it. Yeah. Who won the game?
Well, the Chiefs did.
All right, so
but
what
else did he do after
he learned
that?
How to
make
it through adversity.
It was hot like in the first quarter, second quarter too.
He's learned how to make it through adversity. This nigga's he's still ahead. He's passed every test so far, though. Even the Rams faced adversity this week.
You think he's faced adversity yet?
They just went up against the Jags, bro.
The Jaguars, nigga.
And he spanked them, bro.
That's the best defense in the league.
That defense is physical. They got ball.
I only saw him get roughed up 1 time, though. But then again, the fucking defender had to make.
For me, it's too early. For me, bro. For me, the NFL only has 5 games to take. After a full season, they don't have to take on him.
He's not Dak Prescott. He's not that.
He's way better than that
exactly.
Prescott.
So it's gonna last longer. So this ain't short term though.
So you drinking?
The arm talent, he has some Aaron Rodgers type.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, look, I seen him put some balls. Like, if we're playing darts, this nigga is always hitting he's always around that bullseye, though. Like, and flicking it, overthrow, side hand, like on the move.
That's what a lot of quarterbacks forget, bro.
Like,
so look at that. Look at Francois, bro. Like, he only threw the fastball, man.
Like, bro, like this nigga
only has 1 pitch.
He's in full control. He knows where his legs are.
Well, you're not getting out of the
receivers.
No, I'm here. I'm listening to y'all. Like, I like this banter back and forth. Like, all I'm saying is, look,
hey, this motherfucker might be like Kaepernick a little bit, though.
Hell no.
With the ability. He could run like that, though.
Hey, Kaepernick was, you understand that Kaepernick was loved and everything when he was making plays, taking him to the championships, taking him to the Super Bowl. And as soon as he started losing, they benched his ass.
Yeah. When they got to the Super Bowl, they were loaded, bro.
Yeah, and then the next year, they benched his ass.
Then they started retiring. Hey, look, remember the D lineman Justin Smith?
Yeah. Yeah.
Patrick Willis retired. Alden Smith was a fucking buffoon.
And then Kaepernick stuff, like, You know, it was just going downhill, though. I mean, what I'm saying is, look,
But
Mahomes,
anyways,
as
no,
good as
yeah,
Mahomes is,
look, shout out to fucking Kansas City. I don't know why Frank playing like devil advocate here or whatever. I don't know if that's the right term, but yeah, man, Kansas City, it they could be the Philadelphia Eagles of this season, nigga. That's how Carson Wentz came in and just
Bro,
made
the
everything
Chiefs
roll.
are only offense though, man.
Bullshit.
but again, the Chiefs
The
have
Rams
been there.
are built well or more well built.
Nah, nigga, the Jaguars. So you're saying the Jaguars offense sucks?
Yes, I will never trust Bortles.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, because he had several interceptions,
He only had 2 interceptions though.
but on key
Talking
play,
about he as
on
in
key play.
Bortles or
Yeah,
Mahomes?
Bortles
Oh,
on
I will
key.
never trust Bortles. I'll never put money on Bortles.
Uh,
Nothing. No trust. None.
and then you got T.J. Yeldon. He was a good running back at Bama, but in the league, I ain't seen him do shit.
He hasn't done
Fournette's
shit
hurt.
until the last couple of weeks.
Fournette's hurt. So
yeah. You know what? The Chiefs, they give up a good amount of points, but guess what? You know they make up for it with special teams, with their offense. They might just be the best offense in the league right now.
I'll give him that. I'll probably give him
look,
that. An
look,
overall team, hell man.
he's the
That
hot
nigga, hey,
he's the hot hand right now.
that nigga brought Texas Tech culture to Kansas City, nigga. They slinging that shit though.
Yeah, but a lot of that is
The
Andy.
offense,
A lot of that is Andy Reid too, dog. Because Andy Reid doesn't open up the playbook, even for Alex Smith that could throw the
look,
rock.
man.
And
Unfortunately,
then those
the only
plays that
thing
he
that can stop
extends,
them,
a lot of those plays that he extends, they're improvised, dog. So I mean, I give him that, but but then the
my
argument
motherfuckers can't do
is
that.
always
They
going to be is
fold,
can he
nigga.
run a play? Forget the extent. Can you run the actual play and execute the play?
He does, and and he learned. He knows where
I'm with
all the
Carlos. I'm
defenders,
with
from what
Carlos,
I've
dog.
seen.
I'm with Carlos. It's still early. I'm just,
It's not. I
it's
know, cause you niggas ain't.
because we've
You
seen it,
niggas,
dog. We've seen it happen. As soon as he starts making mistakes and
you
start
ain't never
losing,
seen this,
they're
dog.
gonna be like, oh, he still has a lot to grow. I say it like this. It's like I told my friends over the weekend.
Cause look,
With every
look, bro.
completed
Deshaun
pass,
Watson,
look
boom.
with
Was
every
it too
completed
early for
pass,
him?
yeah, because he got hurt. He got a knee
All right.
injury.
Well, look, this is not the case. This is a
But
better struct
But that's what I was
system. This
saying.
is a
Like with
better
Mahomes,
situation.
with every completed pass, he becomes lighter and lighter. With every interception, a wrong mistake that he makes, he becomes darker and darker and blacker.
What?
So
Bullshit, nigga. That nigga fucking fought through adversity.
whatever.
And before time ran out, that nigga corrected his mistakes right there on the spot, nigga.
That's fine. I mean, I'm with Carlos. It's still too early though.
It's not
Because
too early.
he's the flavor right now, though. And hopefully hopefully it's for the long haul. For
Is it
for the
too early for Saquon Barkley?
the running back. I mean,
Too early for Saquon Barkley?
No, you could running backs. You could tell early, bro.
and quarterbacks have a short lifespan too.
Quarterbacks.
This nigga tripping.
Barkley,
Quarterbacks.
no running backs.
Okay.
Anyways, man, look, bro.
Hey,
Do
Derwin
you
James
know
balling
where
out there,
Adrian
man.
Peterson plays at?
Say it again.
You know where Adrian Peterson plays?
Redskins.
Yeah. Did you know that, Brian?
Yeah. Why?
Okay. Just saying though, like he was the hottest shit for the longest time, and now he's somewhere playing in DC, and no one really knew.
Peterson is the Hall of Fame. Peterson.
Let me tell you, I don't know what if you missed. When I know, that was the name of that segment there. Nigga.
I know.
This is Brian's when I know, I know.
Just
nigga.
like you knew about McGregor.
I knew it. I told you. I was like, man. Honestly, I was like,
you were like, yo, the rematch.
I want the nigga
rematch,
to win, but I was
and
like,
then you came back and you're like, oh, the reign is over.
Bro,
the reign is over. So
going into that shit, I was like, man, look, I see the possibility where this nigga just gets choked out.
You didn't say that. You didn't say that.
I knew that Khabib's ground game was was on point, and I knew that McGregor, his only chance was on his feet
And even
boxing.
then, in boxing, Khabib rocked him.
And all right, yeah, I was very under the influence in that fight. I don't remember that shit, nigga. Like, I remember I saw this nigga tap, and I just turned the TV off. And then no, I didn't turn it off. I walked away, but then I see all the brawl and shit. That shit was stupid. I didn't even find that shit entertaining. That shit's just stupid. The guy Khabib held his composure through the post interviews and all that shit, and after he wins, you don't act like that though. I don't know what happened, but
Sure.
yeah, that shit's ridiculous though.
So you heard it here first, folks. Brian's calling
Patrick
Mahomes going to be a future Hall of Famer, and he's going to take the Chiefs to the Super Bowl.
Man, I'll do you a favor though. I might just buy you that Mahomes jersey though. So when you see that shit, be like, that nigga Brian though.
I guess.
The Chiefs got a good culture, bro. I'm telling you though.
No, they do.
No.
I don't agree. I don't disagree with that.
They got rid. I seen them sacrifice good players like the cornerback. They got rid of him, bro.
That was a
Ship
dumb
him
move,
out.
though.
They
That was
always
a
they
dumb
always get
move.
rid. The Chiefs
But he was a problem.
Pay.
He ruined their little run in the playoffs with his temper, with his tantrums and shit. Whether you believe it or not,
But he's a good player though.
he's a good player. But he affected the team and the team's advancement in the playoffs.
Sometimes
So
you gotta keep those niggas around them.
yeah, so that
I
means
don't
to
know
say,
about it.
so that
I
means
disagree with that.
what you're saying is,
Philosophy. I like their philosophy.
so as soon as you start fucking up, then we gonna get rid of you. So as soon as Mahomes starts
Hey,
fucking
who
up,
else
they're gonna
does
get rid
that?
of
The
him.
Patriots, nigga.
So then as soon as Mahomes fucks up, then get rid of him. Or is it a different standard for him?
I see what you did there. That's not the case though. Not with Mahomes. That's not even the same. They don't. That's not. They have different characters. They don't carry themselves the same way though.
He looks more like Stephen
Nah,
Curry.
The
nigga
Jaguars. The Jaguars just signed Jamal Charles.
Mahomes is a
But that means Fournette is done though.
yeah.
So I picked up that nigga Yeldon off the free wire. That's a good pickup.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, the basketball season, Dwayne Wade last year. Y'all gonna go see that nigga?
No.
Dang. It's tempting though. I got a little spot in my heart for Dwayne Wade and Miami Heat though.
So Frank, bro, we missed the fucking Big Three era, man. Damn, man.
I went with Mike.
I watched it. I just didn't
Yeah,
talk
but
to you
but
about
we never
it.
talked about the big fucking three, bro.
Hey, hold
LeBron,
on,
how we
pause.
never spoke
That
about
was
that.
the
Bro.
truth,
Crazy,
though.
man.
Pause. Shit, I seen the Miami Heat face the Brooklyn Nets when the Nets had Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. They had Joe Johnson. At that time, I guess I didn't know that Ray Allen was that after. Did Ray Allen go to the Nets after he won the championship with the Heat or before?
That's way after, bro.
Okay, yeah, I saw them play though. Yeah, that was the Heat. That was a lot. That was a lot of
we missed a
veterans.
lot of conversations about that shit, bro.
On
A
that
lot
court.
of heartbreak.
That's what Jit really has holds most against you. Is the fact
feel
that
him, bro.
you missed the entire Heat era, the Big
entire
Three
Big Three era, man.
and he had nobody to talk to though.
I had to put Derek on basketball at that point. I had to talk to somebody, man.
I couldn't believe it though. I couldn't believe he went down there though.
Bro, Frank, when that nigga chose us,
oh, I bought his shoes.
I was bouncing off the walls, nigga. I did not go to sleep that night, bro.
I would say this, and I'll say this, and I'll say this as a Miami Heat fan, and obviously I'm biased, but I feel like the NBA was put in a good spot with him, Bosh, and Wade playing down there. It made the NFL. It raised the NBA. It raised the level of trying to acquire a big three to match up. You know what I'm saying? It forced everybody to to sign not
everybody
just
was
have one
scrambling, trying to form
superstar.
their own shit, and everybody failed. The only one, yeah, man.
Yeah, and
The only successful big threes was the Celtics, the Heat, and the fucking
that's it.
and the Warriors, man.
Well, the Warriors is not even a big three. It's just that's the team though.
Yeah, but
That's the
fuck that
perfect
big three
fucking
shit
roster of
because
offense.
But
fuck that big three shit. The Lakers won 3 in a row, nigga.
But that was only two guys, Kobe and Shaq.
Exactly. So fuck the big three, nigga. I'd rather have 3 in a row.
Yeah, but anyhow, I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. I like the fact that there was like the heat index, the coverage from ESPN.
Hey, look, I like
the
all that
whole
shit,
vibe,
too.
and even the shoes, the kicks, the hats, the gear.
No.
They all
The
had
shoes.
no, but the shoes. You had the Miami Heat colors. You had
I got a bad note.
You had the
Listen, bro. Listen, let me say something. The shoes that LeBron dropped when he was a Heat, those 3 or 4 shoes, they're gonna be what Jordan shoes are now.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
20
The
years.
Miami Nights, the
Pe-
Everglades,
People
and
are gonna
then
camp
the
out
South
when
Beach.
they re-release them
Yeah.
LeBrons in 20 years. People are gonna be camping out for those.
Because they got away with more color schemes. You can't drop them. You can't drop like a funky looking color in Cleveland and be like, oh, those are the Cleveland Knights. You know what I mean? Or like even the Lakers.
The LeBron era for the Heat shoes wise, that shit was.
I like the gear that was there with the Miami Heat. The
I like.
Hey,
You know, my
man,
favorite ones are the 11s.
hey, bro, fuck LeBron, man. Nigga, that's why I hate all.
Right
That's the
now,
only
but we're
thing I
talking
hate
about
all of
the
this
big three era.
is
So fall
because
back and be quiet. Mute yourself.
fuck that. I said
Okay, but we're reminiscing. We're
I
reminiscing.
said
right
NBA season's right around the corner. Dwayne Wade's last season, but here we are talking about fucking LeBron James.
But Dwayne
Fuck
Wade left
LeBron
and
James.
came back.
Look, Dwayne Wade
He left to Chicago
never
and he
was
came
the
back.
highest paid nigga on any of those rosters. So
Okay.
you could fucking thank him, bro.
But you could just he could just shut up and play.
This nigga Dwayne Wade gets a statue. Fuck LeBron James, though.
LeBron James will never get a statue done here. I'll tear that shit down myself.
Yeah.
I'll bomb that shit, man.
I appreciate what he did, but that's it.
Fuck LeBron.
He didn't do shit, bro.
Fuck LeBron. I told you he left a sour taste in my mouth after he left. Fuck him for life, bro.
That nigga choked twice, nigga.
Nah, I don't give him the last first L. That's on the whole team. But that first one against the Mavericks, that was on him, bro. We lost that because of him.
Yeah, I guess.
We should have won 3. 2 out of 4 is not good. That wasn't good enough. I'm not satisfied with that. He can eat a dick. He can keep
That's
rocking.
what I'm saying. I'd rather have
How do you really
big,
feel?
I'd rather have the big two, like
So
the
you
Lakers.
said not show up. You said I said I don't want to be in the dance.
Nigga, that team's overrated.
Frank, the way that we lost against the Mavs, that was one of the most crushing. That I felt empty inside, bro. I felt like I didn't have a soul after we lost that series.
Yeah, but you don't think the Mavs felt that way when Dwayne Wade went off on them and won 3 in a row?
And we came out of nowhere,
that was a younger Dirk Whiskey.
Whiskey was in his prime, nigga. What the fuck?
And we didn't have a big 3.
Right. They had a better team than we did.
So they shouldn't have felt that way. Hell no. What the fuck? The Miami Heat had the better team. Nigga.
Right, and the Mavs had a better team that year.
No.
The
Mavs were always better than the Heat. They had a squad though. You just don't remember.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And then the reason they should have won that, but Dwayne Wade went off on them.
They should have. Not the first one. The first one they lost that shit, nigga. They were up 2-0, and then we beat them 3 in a row and we won. They lost that shit. Dirk shot 39 from the field.
Wade, they got Dwayne Wade, so they really should have won. And then the reverse happened. The Heat were the better team.
We were supposed to win the second time.
We're right, and then they beat us. Right, and then they beat us.
They didn't beat us. LeBron lost it. He choked in that one, bro.
I guess.
They didn't beat us. They didn't take that shit from him. LeBron gave it to him, nigga. That was one of the most sucker shit I've seen in my life, bro.
It was a better team, a better roster too, though.
That nigga couldn't post up JJ Barea, man. That was the most pathetic shit.
Oh, JJ Barea.
He couldn't post him up, bro.
I guess, though.
That was the most sad basketball shit I seen, bro. That nigga's he's gonna be the all-time leading scorer, and you
Hey,
can't.
forget all that. Let's go on a global scale. What do you think about Ronaldo leaving Real Madrid? What do you think about that?
Shit, he
Well,
caught a case, didn't he?
No, I don't know. I mean, probably. I know there
yeah,
was like
fuck.
tax evasions and stuff like that, fraud stuff. But
Hey, Carlos, I asked Frank one time, yo, what's going on here with these soccer niggas? We're at the game, we're watching. I try to tune into that shit. I'm like, I don't see their offensive plays. Like,
are you kidding
I,
me,
I
bro?
don't, I feel like that game can still be it could be like some new nigga can come in and just reshape that whole sport. Dog. I see
Yeah,
what,
man.
It
because
happens all the time with every new
The
player.
bro, the world is lucky that the Americans don't put their best athletes in soccer.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Because if the
Because
U.S. put their best athletes in soccer, we'll own that shit. Colombia, the Brazilians wouldn't have shit on us. The Colombians, the Argentinians wouldn't have shit on us, bro. You imagine we put LeBron out there or fucking.
But yeah, all that type of shit Mahomes doing on the football field, I know some shit like that can be done on the soccer field. Like where
but you
I
don't
don't,
think. But you
Hey,
don't
you're
think.
talking like if Mahomes is
Right?
reinventing offense.
hey yo, that nigga is like the
No,
nigga
all he
from like
did.
Mega Man
You're
with the
just you're
cannon
just
on his
amazed the
arm.
fact
Poof,
that
poof,
he
poof.
threw a left-handed
Hey,
pass, dog.
hey, that shit's coming straight at you, nigga. That rocket he's throwing,
Oh
nigga.
my god,
Poof,
bro.
poof.
What are you trying to say? Aaron Rodgers has a better arm, bro.
Man,
He's
shut up, though, man. This nigga's young. We know who Aaron Rodgers is. We didn't. This is just
You act like Drew
trending,
Brees haven't done this,
bro.
dog.
Come on, Aaron Rodgers is, already on his way to the Hall of Fame, man. He don't gotta prove shit. But yo, this guy's he's
Hey, I'm
still
not
off.
mad at Mahomes. I hope he
Right, that's
stays
what I'm
good. I want to
saying.
see
Like,
another
but
good quarterback.
you on the
All I
gun
was
sacks,
saying, his
dog.
hot start is still going, though. This shit, no,
But
No,
it's gonna fizzle. It's gonna settle, and then he's gonna have to reinvent himself.
I don't know how you can know that, dog. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
because he
It
has to,
it,
bro. He
it
has
has
to. It
to.
has
Like
to.
you can't.
It's professional sports.
Yeah,
Niggas
yeah,
adjust,
nigga.
man.
Like people are
Niggas
gonna
take
adapt to your style.
defend that.
Yeah,
mhm.
this ain't a one and done, dog. This is like,
Man,
yo, you're gonna
what
see
that
these
says,
teams again.
nah, what that says to me is you guys haven't tuned into the Chiefs games. Like, you
Look,
have not
Brian, dog.
seen
Let's
it.
not go
Like,
too far. Florida State came in and surprised Miami. What
no,
happened in
they
this? What
didn't, bro.
happened the
I
second
called
time?
that shit.
What
I
happened the
called that
second time
shit.
that they came? The second time they saw him in the second half, the
Bullshit.
Miami team, the offense, they did adjustment, the defense did adjustment, and Florida State was never the same.
I
That's
called
what's
that
gonna
shit.
happen, dog.
I
When
told
Mahomes
Carlos.
gets seen, they get enough film tape on him. There's gonna be a defensive coordinator that's gonna be like, "Yo, we're gonna run up this scheme on him,"
Hold
and they're
on,
gonna
dog.
figure
What
him
you
out.
just say, though? That you brought Francois and Florida State into the picture, dog? I don't see the connection.
What are you talking about, though?
What are you talking about, nigga?
I'm saying that like it's just about adjustments, dog. You're gonna mean to tell me that defensive coordinators are not gonna adjust, not gonna draw up schemes to Mahomes? They're just gonna let him be.
No, bro. The
So he's
Jaguars
the one.
and
So
your
he's the
boy,
one. He's the one.
the
Then he's the one.
the,
So
the
he's okay. I
Jaguars
guess
and your
he's
boy
the one,
Jalen
though.
Ramsey couldn't even fill up to the task, nigga.
I bet you Peterson will intercept him. Not Peterson. Peters.
The look,
The
well,
Rams.
Yeah.
this is recorded,
So hopefully
and
they're undefeated if they even play each other. They're the last two undefeated teams, though. And the Rams definitely have the better defense, but the Chiefs have the better offense. Nigga, that's the best matchup.
I don't know, bro. I'd rather put my money on a horse like Gurley than a quarterback. On a
yeah,
first year
Nah.
quarterback, at least.
Well,
On a first year
first of
quarterback.
all, the Chiefs have a horse running back themselves.
Who? What's the nigga's name?
Hunt.
huh?
He's not no Gurley, bro. He's good, but he's not no Gurley.
He just
Well,
no, he's better than Gurley.
he's good as
He's
fuck,
better than
man.
Gurley,
He
though.
don't even need to be better than Gurley. He's good enough,
Gurley
bro.
has that the what do you call that
Bro, that nigga's good though. Hey, you don't
Gurley
even
has
gotta compare them. They're
Gurley
both
has
good.
the UGA backing. You know what I'm saying? We saw him at UGA. We saw what he did at UGA. we didn't see what Hunt was doing in college.
Anyways, yeah, I got respect for both of them. So that's what I'm saying. That on paper, I'll take the Rams defense, but I'll take the Chiefs offense. Yeah, Gurley, maybe the more
Carlos, somebody over here.
popular player. But guess what? Mahomes proves to be a better quarterback than Goff. And
That
guess
nigga
what?
Hunt is from Toledo.
Yep.
Toledo had talent like that. Holy shit!
He had to look it up though.
We just played Toledo. They were pretty trash.
Yeah.
Damn, they had a Kareem Hunt type of nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But again, though, this nigga
And
drinking
look,
the
man,
Kool-Aid.
they got
dog.
Tyreek Hill. They got the
Kelsey.
tight end. They even picked up Sammy Watkins. They got what?
Sammy Watkins is a letdown though.
No,
Yeah.
man, he fits just fine for this team though. This situation here though.
Yo, I need to watch these fucking KC motherfuckers, man. You're putting them like.
Bro, I'm
He's
telling you,
drinking
they
the
looking like
Kool-Aid,
they
dog.
looking like the
Look,
Patri-
Brian woke up, watched Sports Center, NFL.
They looking like the
NFL Network,
Patriots.
and watched the CBS.
when
Sports
Brady
line.
was young though, like moving that shit.
He's
Ew, that
God.
doesn't even make sense because when Brady was young, he was a game manager. He wasn't throwing downfield, nigga.
Man, that nigga, whatever.
Brady
man.
became a passer afterwards when they got like Randy Moss and shit. But at first, the first 3 Super Bowls, he was handing it off and dink and dunk. Don't you remember that nigga used to wear a glove in his throwing hand?
Yep.
What quarterback wears a glove in his throwing hand? That's
He's
so much
just
they
drinking
didn't
the
need him.
Kool-Aid, dog. Brian's just drinking the Kool-Aid. He's the new age folks that they want to call it before it even happens.
Nah, actually, I never even called it.
He wants to call it before it even happens.
I never even called it, but I bought it first, though, if anything. I'm the first one to buy it. Nigga.
What you mean? I told you about him during the
Nah, you called it, but you didn't buy it. You didn't say I'm
I
better.
said don't sleep on that nigga, man. Don't sleep on Mahomes.
That's uncertainty.
All right. Well, I gotta get going.
Not
bro.
yet, though.
I gotta get going. So,
Me too, bro. I gotta go.
so
do some stuff.
Brian's calling Mahomes taking the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, and he's drinking the Kool-Aid. He's the second coming of Joe Montana.
I
No,
heard
Dan
it
Marino.
already. I heard it a couple weeks ago that they're predicting the Chiefs to fall off before the end of the season, before the playoffs.
Hey, next time let's do this show with more structure. Let's
I'm
come up
saying-
with a list of topics for real. Like,
I'm glad you're telling me how to run my podcast. Appreciate that. I'll take that.
no,
No,
because this one was all over the place,
well,
and I don't feel like I said anything. Okay?
All right, next time we'll make sure we'll talk about religion, the Tesla coil,
We never hit the flat Earth, bro.
and oh, please look. Are you a flat earther?
Flat Earth. Huh?
Are you a flat earther?
Hey,
That's neither
that's
here
fine.
nor there, man.
The fact that you even said that, bro. All right. Anyway, hey, thank you all for coming to joining me. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Carlos. I
So
appreciate
many
you guys coming and sharing your time. Where could what's your last word with Carlos?
Nah, man, just thank you for having me on, bro. Invite me again soon, bro.
Appreciate it. I will. What's up, Brian? Any last words?
Shit. Appreciate y'all having me, though. Just keep trying to maximize your potential, though.
Good.
Word.
And with that, look, hey,
Be
we
like
appreciate-
Mahomes, though. Shock the world, though.
Hey, the Nicaraguan podcast, we open our arms. We welcome everybody. All are welcome. All right? We're going to judge you. We're going to do all that shit. But we're going to crack fun. And we're going to
Call
have
Jen
fun
next time.
and everything. And so, hey, but with all that said and done, thank you all for listening to the Nicaraguan podcast. Hopefully you guys
Peace.
enjoyed this episode. And shout out to my boy, the KC Store. We'll catch you on the next one. And
Peace.
with that said, this is 30 Pieces. Enjoy the music.
Beat.